These are five these leads from Chelsea one, Pafos nil. First is that we dominated that match, but we ain't just been kind of even though Pafos have a very good defensive line, but we should have scored like three goals. You know how our wingers were very poor, Neto and Garnacho, and I saw to play. I've said that several times. They are not one of the best. I was surprised why Stefan didn't start that match because we needed some creativity in that game and we lacked it. But the first half we were so poor. You know, with all our position that we had over 70%, we couldn't do anything with it. What was kind of a lot of crosses, so we didn't need to work on that. Our attack is dead. Like it's all the domination, our attack is so dead. Like no, no, no. The sports director have really sports our attack. Like imagine you have a striker, you can give him the ball. You have our two dirty wingers crossing the air, cross. Like we're tired of the crosses. So really, really. And the second thing is that our defensive shapes look better, but it's still little lapses. I think if we have played a better side, I think those should have scored. The times where we were caught sleeping on the ball, and which was not expected from each other's defense. But that's what we see ourselves now. It's having our defense changed anyhow. Like I don't think we've seen since Leon Rosina came, we haven't seen a smooth pairing that have played two games in a row. All this chopping and changing, which is very very bad for that consistency. So we really need to work on that. It's very very poor. If we had played a better set, as I said earlier, they should have scored because the player many times, lapses, players not concentrating properly. So it's really really. I'm thinking that midfield really control that game. With Caicedo and Enzo. Caicedo really for me man of the match performance. Did very well in that game. Yesterday last night, controlled the game pretty well. I think he was our most dangerous player going forward. Played very very well. Shout out to Caicedo. Our midfield did better. Control the tempo of the game. He really controlled the tempo of the game. Didn't give Pafos players any chance. To create stream some passes, which was very very good from our defense. Our midfield. So shout out to Caicedo and Enzo played very well. Even though Enzo was not very sharp, but Enzo has a lot of good moments, which I'm glad was improvements. So shout out to Enzo and Caicedo. The third thing is that our white players aren't doing enough. From what I've seen so far, I think that we prefer our creative to come from our white players, which I've seen that are very very poor. So lately Neto and Garnacho very very poor. You know they couldn't take on a man. I think the only person that even tried was Garnacho, but it's Pafos, so of course it's meant to be driving forward, but they couldn't crosses after crosses after crosses when we are seeing that it wasn't working. So just we really need to work on that. If we should just have we should have a very good winger. I think Estava will have to start every game now because what I saw yesterday was a shame. Garnacho and Nets they're very very poor. They've always been poor. This is not just a standard for our wingers, but so fortunate that that's what we have. So we have to stick with it. Then last but not least, our squad depth still sucks. In that game yesterday, when I was looking at our bench, the only person that would come on and change the game was Estava and Gittins, and they're not still one of the best. They're still learning the game, so it's so fortunate. I think it shows that our summer transfer window was not really what we thought it was. Every transfer thought that we actually had, we did a very good transfer window. We had a good transfer window. Well, what was I saying? I was saying that we never had a good transfer window. The only person that came down that proved to be very good was Estavao. And I think we've had a better squad depth last season compared to now, which is it's so unfortunate. Well, that's what we say ourselves now. So man, I don't really know what to say about this Chelsea team again because I'm saying it, man. We're not getting any better. But and I don't think if this is really Brazilian football, man, it's gonna be crazy. It's going to be a crazy time because I'm not enjoying any bit of it. So we're not creative. I'm not boring to watch now. So well, I hope the football gets better. So shout out to everyone.